Hi, Glippies. There's something serious that I'd like to talk with you about today. This isn't something I've talked about before, and even only a couple of my friends are aware of. It's serious, um, but I feel like more people need to talk about this because if people don't talk about it, then things don't change. I am someone who, in the past, was in an emotionally abusive relationship. It was really hard for me to realize that's what it was, even after leaving. I I didn't realize how bad it was until I was actually gone because I always thought, oh, abuse is physical. It's something that, you're going to get a plate thrown at you or you get punched or something like that. But abuse can take a lot of different forms, and you may not realize it while you're in the moment. Being away from it helped me realize just how bad things were. I originally went to a therapist afterwards, but that's kind of expensive, so I haven't been able to go back since. But they did help me see that pretty much every single aspect of what was going on and how I was being treated was abuse in multiple different ways. Emotional abuse is something that a lot of people don't take seriously, and even people who are in the midst of it because they think, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, other people have it so much worse. But emotional abuse is something that sticks with you for a very long time. It's something that you look back and you think, wow, I can't believe I was that fucking dumb. It's something I look back on now and I still think about. I haven't talked about this because it's really hard for me to bring up, and I don't like talking about sad things. And I know this isn't anything anyone wants to hear, but I've just been thinking a lot lately, and I know it would have helped me to hear that you don't need to stay in those types of situations. You can leave, it's fine. There's no shame in leaving, there's no shame in getting away and trying to find where you're happiest. Even now, I have hard times because of it, but being with my community helps me smile. It's one of the reasons I enjoy streaming so much. But if I can help one other person get out of a situation like the one I was in, I would be really happy because I want people to be happy. I want you to do what makes you happy. I don't want you to stay somewhere just because you think you have an obligation or because you have to. Because, uh, I might regret saying this. I, I was, sorry, this is hard to say. Fuck. I was married at the time. I'm not anymore. But that's one of the reasons that I believe that marriage is just a piece of paper. It is a promise, and I think it's important to respect promises, but just because you make a promise doesn't mean you have to keep it if you're the one who's getting hurt. If you wake up every single morning not wanting to get out of bed, if you are sad and you want to cry because you feel like you can't talk to anyone about it, because you feel stuck, because you feel trapped, that's not good. That's not healthy. I actually finalized my divorce in November of 2022. I am very thankful that it was finally done and I'm very happy for it. I I literally ran away from the situation. Some of you who've been around for a long time may remember that there was about 2 or so months in 2021 where I did not stream. It's because I literally moved across the country to be close to my family and to get away from a bad situation that I was in. I know this is probably a shock to a lot of people because, like I said, I haven't really told anyone. I've only told a handful of friends, even because I felt ashamed of it, but it's nothing to be ashamed of. It was a choice I made, and at the time I thought it was the right choice. But you can change your mind. You can go and find your happiness. That's just what I want you to know, because these are the words I needed to hear. Marriage is not something that you have to stay in and keep trying if you're unhappy. You don't need to stay with an abusive partner, be it emotionally or physically abusive. You need to do what is right for you. Yes, there could be other things in the way. I'm lucky that I don't have any children that I had to worry about at the time, but I know that's not the case for everyone. They need to do what's right for you, but please reach out for help from your friends, from your family members, even from the local city can oftentimes provide support for you in your times of need. Just please do what makes you happy and don't stay in a situation that isn't good for you mentally or physically. That's all I want you to know. I know this is a lot, and I probably should have scripted this, but I thought it would be best to speak from the heart. My heart's pounding right now, and I don't know how my community is going to take knowing this. I don't know how anyone's going to take it because I feel like this is something I've hidden in a way because I haven't talked about it. But it's something I've wanted to talk about for a long time. And it feels like now is the time. So please do what makes you happy. I love you all very much. And I just don't want anyone to be stuck in a situation like I was.